hello everybody. Here we are back with Lord of the Rings, the card game. This time we're playing Journey to Rosgobel. In this particular quest, we have a friend of ours. We come across LotR. He's an eagle and he has been wounded. And it's our job to bring him to Rosgobel, where Radagast the Brown is going to take care of him. So we're going to read the first adventure. After a fierce conflict with a group of trolls, you come across a fallen eagle grievously wounded and on the verge of death. Set up, search the counter deck for Rosgobel and LotR and add them to the staging area with 2 damage tokens on LotR. Then shuffle the encounter deck. I have already shuffled the encounter deck, you'll just have to take my word for this. And I have placed LotR here. He's got an encounter, he's got a little D6 on it, on him, saying 2. And I've shuffled the encounter deck. At the moment we have Rosgobel in the staging area. Rosgobel cannot be traveled to while we're on stage 1B of the quest. And while it's in the staging area, LotR cannot be healed. So basically whatever we do, we cannot heal LotR. And at the end of every round, he is actually going to get 2 more wounds. So the first stage has 8 quest points. We are playing Aragorn, Denethor and Éowyn, so it's a leadership, lore, spirit, tri-sphere deck. And I've already mulliganed because I didn't get the cards that I wanted, so we'll do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that looks slightly better. The one card I was hoping for, Steward of Gondor, is not in here, but we also get to draw another card. And that is, oh good, cancel the when revealed. Okay, that is really good. So, we're going to add 1 resource per person. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So, and we're not going to spend any resources, and we're going to first of all we're going to look at the deck by exhausting Denethor, and we draw a treachery card, and we will actually leave it this way. We will not put it on the bottom. So we're going to quest with Éowyn and LotR for 5, and we're also going to add the Dunedain Ranger Aragorn. So we have 2, 6, 7 against a staging area threat of currently 1. Plus we draw the treachery card, which says, when revealed, each enemy in each location currently in the staging area gets +1 until the end of the phase. If there are no cards in the staging area driven by shadow, gain surge. Well, there is 1. So this is, we quested this for 2, so this goes in the discard pile. And that would be basically Aragorn, so 1, 2, 6. So we put 6 on the quest. Remember, we haven't traveled here and we can't until we have finished this quest. So everybody gets readied and LotR takes 2 wounds. So everybody gets 2 resources, and we draw 1 card, and we draw a Silverlode Archer. So what we're now going to do is we're now going to take a risk. We are going to spend 2 on Unexpected Courage, and we're going to attach it to Denethor. And the threat is at 30 now. And we're going to exhaust it so that Denethor can look at the top card, and it's a king spider. And this goes to the bottom. And so we're going to quest with Eowyn and Williador for 5. And we draw a Mirkwood Flock, which we put in the staging area. Only eagle characters or characters with ranged can attack or defend against Mirkwood Flock. That's fine. So we have quested with 1, 5 against 2, which brings us to 9 on the Wounded Eagle quest. So we turn this over, we have finished this quest. We now take the second one up. The eagle's health has grown worse, but you have at least arrived at Rosgobel, where Radagastrim examines the bird. He then asks you to head into the wilderness to find the healing plant Athelas. Meantime, any healing lore or supplies your party has at its disposal could be used to assist in comforting the eagle until you return. Response. After the quest phase begins, the first player may place X damage tokens on Williador to look at the top 3 cards. Forced. After a card effect heals Williador, remove the card from the game. So first of all, we're now going to travel to Rosgobel, which is now our location. This is the end of the round. We all come back and everybody gets a resource. So 3 for Denethor, 3 for Aragorn, and 1 for Eowyn. And we draw another, and threat goes up by 1. We draw another card and we draw an Ancient Mathem. So first, Denethor is going to look at the top card of the deck. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each character without any attachments. No, we don't want to do this, so this goes to the bottom of the deck. So we're actually going to buy the Silverlode Archer because this has a ranged attack value, so it can actually attack the Mirkwood Flock. And now the question is, should we risk an Ancient Mathem? We will actually not risk an Ancient Mathem, so we exhaust Eowyn and Williador and we quest for 5 against a threat of 4. So we actually add 1 to Rosgobel. And we're not going to do anything about the Mirkwood Flock, but we are going to exhaust Denethor to see what's next, and that is when revealed, deal 2 damage to each wounded character. And we're going to get rid of this treachery card by putting it on the bottom. So now, next round, everybody comes back. Everybody gets 1 resource. 1, 1, and 1. Threat goes up to 32, which means that in this round the Mirkwood Flock will actually attack. And Williador comes up to 2. And we draw a card. And it is the Daughter of Nimrodel, which we can't afford at the moment. And that's all we're going to do this round. We're now going to exhaust Denethor's courage, and the next one would be Hammerhorns. We're going to get rid of this one. So we're now going to quest for 4, 5 against a threat of a combined, oopsie, yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5, so nothing happens here. Now this is going to be interesting. We are going to defend against the Mirkwood flock with Williador, and we get Athelas as the shadow card, so nothing happens. And we are going to not defend at all against the Black Forest bats, so they get a shadow card and it's another forest, so this one goes away. And Aragorn takes the full pain, which is 1. And now the Silver Lode Archer with an attack of 2 is going to get rid of this card. He just basically killed them. And the Mirkwood flock stays where it is. So now everybody comes back. And we all get a resource. And Williador gets 2 wounds. 3, 2, 3. We draw a card. And that is sneak attack. So I am going to risk the Ancient Mathem, and I'm going to attach it to the forest. Our staging area is now... Oh, actually, I counted this as part of the... Yeah, we shouldn't have. So the staging area now at the moment contains 2. So now we're going to check what's up next. It's another Black Forest bats. We're going to get rid of those, put them on the bottom. And we're going to quest with Eowyn and Denethor against a threat of 2, 3. So this adds 5. This adds 2 to the forest, or to Rosgobel. So it means we have traveled this location and explored it. The Ancient Mathem goes onto the discard pile, but we get to draw 3 cards, and yes, these are good cards. Very good cards indeed. Yeah, very good cards. We're going to defend against the Mirkwood flock with Williador. When revealed, deal... Oh, it's a treachery card. Nothing happens. Very good. So he takes 1 damage. 5. And we're going to attack with a Silver Lode Archer for 1. And the Mirkwood flock is going to come in, and it's going to be undefended on Aragorn. Oops. Raise defending player's threat by 4, by 8 if the attack is undefended. Okay, so that's actually not too horrible. Unfortunately, I can't mitigate this, but he gets 3 in total. So what we're going to do is we're going to use sneak attack to bring in Gandalf. And we're paying 1 for this. And we're going to reduce our threat straight away by 5. And Gandalf goes back. We're going to come back and refresh. And Williador takes 2 more wounds. 1, 2. And we are going to get a resource and another resource and another resource. We're going to draw a card. And we draw, cancel a shadow effect. That's really good. And we're going to place the first healing card on the table, which we're going to use straight away to heal 2 from Aragorn. Now, we're not going to heal Williador just yet, because if we do, we have to get rid of this card, which would be a little bit of a problem. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the top card, and it is Athelas, so we're going to leave it. At the moment, oh yeah, we could have traveled to the Forest Grove, which we will do presently, so yeah. So we're now going to quest against an empty staging area, and we have Athelas, which is guarded, so we have to draw another card, and it's a king spider, which has, oh sorry, we're questing with Eowyn only, and we're going to quest for 4 against a threat of 2, which means we're going to put 2 on the Forest Grove. Now, we are going to defend against the Mirkwood Flock with Williador. And shadow, if a character including Williador has more damage than each other character, deal an additional 3 additional damage to this character. This would bring him to 12, 13, 16, 18 at the end. Yeah, we're going to cancel this shadow effect. So he takes 1 damage, and the Silverlode Archer is going to inflict 1 damage on this. The Mirkwood Flock is going to come in undefended on Denethor, +3 instead if this attack is undefended, so it's 5. So he takes 2 damage, and this is still okay because he's a very good blocker. And then the king spider comes in, and it's going to attack Aragorn. He's going to defend, and there is no shadow effect. So for 3 against 2, he takes 1 damage. So his damage goes up to 2. But the Athelas is now basically unguarded. So if we kill the king spider, we can actually get rid of, can get it. So now we're going to draw a card. Williador gets 2 additional damage. So that means he's got 16. We're now going to get everybody up to resources. And we're going to, we have 3. We're going to, first of all, heal Denethor. Then we're going to scry the deck, see what's coming. Mountains of Mirkwood. Okay, that's not too bad, because the staging area is pretty much empty. So we're going to quest with Eowyn for 4 against a staging area of 2. So we get 2 on this, so 3 would actually get rid of the forest. Response. After the players explore Forest Grove, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 Athelas objective and add it to the staging area. Okay, so we know that there is one in here, and we're going to add it. Now the question is, when we do this, do we need to guard it? We probably do. So we will draw this card to guard it. And we will actually cancel this when revealed effect and this card. And then we need to shuffle the encounter deck. So that's that. We shuffle the encounter deck. We also add one exploration to this, and then we're going to add the Mountains of Mirkwood. We're going to take it here as the next. No, actually, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do this. We're actually going to leave it here. So now we have a couple of people attacking. And we're going to get LotR to defend. And there is no shadow effect. Where did these cards come from? So he takes 1 damage. And then we're going to attack with a Silver Lode Archer to get rid of the Mirkwood Flock. And then we're going to have the Mirkwood Flock attack undefended, and there is no shadow effect, so Denethor takes 2 wounds. And then the King Spider is going to attack. Oh! We would have had to exhaust 1 character last turn. Yeah, we forgot that. So, and Aragorn is gonna defend, and he takes 3 against, so he takes 3 wounds. Okay, so now we're going to draw a card, and we are going to get a resource per person. I hope I put up the thread. 4, yeah. LotR gets 2 more wounds. That's 18, 19. So we're going to get everything ready for the next round. Now we're going to spend our first card. We're going to use Denethor's healing power to play Lord of Imladris. Choose a character, heal all damage from that character. LotR is healed completely. Did I draw a card? Yes, I did. Okay, so now we're going to scry the deck. Mirkwood Flock, we don't want this. And we're going to exhaust the Daughter of Nimrodel to heal Aragorn for 2. And we are going to then quest with Eowyn for 4 against Mountains of Mirkwood 2, and deal 2 damage to each wounded character. Well, LotR is not wounded, so this is actually just Aragorn who takes this wound. So 2 damage to Aragorn is 3. That is not exactly good, but it's not exactly bad either. So we're now going to defend against the flock with LotR, and there is no shadow effect, so he takes 1 wound. We're going to attack with a Silver Lode Archer for 1, and then the King Spider is going to attack Denethor. Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. Is the treachery, so 2. Oh, and she goes as well. And Aragorn, so he takes 0 damage because he attacks for 3 and he has a 3 defense, and Aragorn is going to deal 2 damage to this fiend. Here we go. And we go for another round. And LotR takes 2 damage. We draw a card. It's the Steward of Gondor, finally. So we're going to attach this. So first of all, we're going to all draw down a resource. 5, 1. So first of all, we're going to give the Steward of Gondor to Denethor, who's going to use it straight away to add 3. And he's going to exhaust his unexpected courage to scry the deck. Chieftain Ufthak. No, we don't want him. And he's going to scry again. And we're going to get rid of this as well. And we are going to buy another Daughter of the Nimrodel, which we're going to exhaust, and we're going to take 2 damage from him. And we're going to use the Dwarven Tomb to get 1 card from our hand back, which will be the When Revealed. Oh no, cancel a shadow effect card, and we're going to pay 1 for this. So now we're going to quest with her, with Eowyn, for 4 against a staging area threat of 2. So we add 2 to this, and she takes 1 wound, and as does our friend Denethor. Williador is going to defend against the Mirkwood Flock. No shadow effect, so he takes 1 wound. And the Silverlode Archer is going to inflict 1 wound, and the King Spider is going to attack Aragorn. If this attacks undefended, no it isn't. It does 3 damage, he has 2, so he gets an additional damage, so he's at 4 now. So everybody readies. He gets an additional damage. So 7. She gets 1 more, and he gets 1 more, and he gets 1 more. So, and he gets actually 3 because he's got the Steward of Gondor. Gets 3 in total. We draw a card, and it's Henmarth Riversong, whom we're going to buy straight away for 1. So he can actually, we're going to exhaust her to heal Aragorn for 2. We're going to exhaust Henmarth Riversong to actually look at the top card of the encounter deck, and that is not too bad. Okay, so we are now going to we're also going to buy and bring in Faramir. So now what we're going to do is we're going to quest with Eowyn for 4 against a staging area threat of 4, and we're going to exhaust this, discard this card to give her a 4. To give her a 5 against 4 means we add 1 to the quest. Williador is going to defend against the Mirkwood Flock, and he takes 1 wound. And the Silverlode Archer is going to kill the flock. Now come here. It's gone now completely. And this is getting really crowded. So now the Denethor is going to defend against Okay, we need to deal 2 damage to somebody who is working on the quest. In this case, this would be Eowyn. So Eowyn is now, unfortunately, can we cancel the when revealed? No, we can't. So Eowyn is dead. Unfortunately, that sucks, but hey, that's the way it is. Denethor is going to defend against the spider, and he takes no wounds, and Aragorn is going to attack the spider and he's going to kill it. And now we have the Dol Guldur orcs, and they're going to attack Faramir for 2, but he has 2, so nothing happens. So now we are back to normal. Unfortunately, Eowyn left us. That's really bad. But oh, we get a Gandalf, and we get 4 resources here and 1 resource here. We're gonna exhaust the Lady of the Nimrodel to heal Aragorn. We're gonna add 2 wounds to Williador. We're going to exhaust Henmath to look at the top card, and it's a treachery card. Okay, we're going to exhaust Denethor's ability to actually put it on the bottom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Gandalf, and he's going to put he's going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's more like it. And he's also going to quest for 4 against the staging area threat of 2. And he takes 2 damage for this. And Henmath dies, and so does the Nimrodel daughter. Because we can't cancel anything. So now the Dol Guldur orcs attack, and they're going to attack Aragorn. We have to raise the threat by 4. And between the 2 of them, they're going to kill the Dol Guldur orcs. No, actually, we're just going to use this to kill the Dol Guldur orcs, and Denethor is going to exhaust to get the Athelas. Gandalf is going to go back, and Faramir is also going to exhaust to get the Athelas. So now we have 2 Athelas, which will heal 10 points of damage from Williador. So now what we need to do is we really need to quest like we've never quested before. So 1, 3, and he gets an additional 6. So now we're going to draw a card, and it's another Faramir, so we can't really use him. We only have 4 points. We're going to bring in a Daughter of Nimrodel. We're going to exhaust her to heal Denethor. Denethor is going to use the Unexpected Courage to look at the top card. And that one is kind of okay, so we are going to use this. We're going to quest with the Steward of Gondor, with Denethor, with the Silverlode Archer, and with the Dunedain Ranger, and we're going to spend his ones that he is actually not exhausted. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus we're going to exhaust Faramir, which brings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7 against that, as means we add 3. And that brings us to the end of this round. LotR takes 2 wounds, so we're now at 14, 42. Everything comes back. We get 3 for Denethor and 1 resource for Aragorn. We're going to draw a card. We're going to not really do anything much because you can't buy the really good cards. We are going to use Unexpected Courage, and we get Dol Guldur Orcs, which we don't really want. So we're going to quest with 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, no, that's actually very risky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against a threat of 6. So we're going to add, and then the Dol Guldur Beastmaster comes down and attacks Aragorn, and for 3 against 2, so Aragorn takes 1 wound. Everything comes back to normal. Steward of Gondor gives him 6, and Aragorn gets 1 resource. We draw a card, and it's the Escort from Edoras, and all of these cards actually don't do anything because they're all cards from the wrong sphere. Unexpected Courage. King Spider goes to the bottom. Daughter of the Nimrodel exhausts to heal Aragorn. We're going to spend 3 to buy Lorien Wealth and get 3 cards. Aha. So we get a Gandalf, an Ancient Matham, and a Snowborn Scout. And we're going to exhaust Denethor again to look at the top card, and that's Mountains of Mirkwood. That's fine. So 2 for so 3 against a threat of 6, which means we are going to add 3 to our threat. Not quite what we wanted, but it can't be helped. This game is actually not going too well, in case you were wondering. So we add 2, and we add 6, we add 3, and now we're going to buy another Steward of Gondor first, so that Aragorn exhausts it immediately to get 2. We're drawing a card, and we're going to buy our friend Gandalf, who's going to reduce the threat by 4. By 5 actually, sorry. Leaves us 1. And we're also going to bring in the Guard of the Citadel. And then we are going to quest with Gandalf. We're going to exhaust the Unexpected Courage, and the next is Driven by Shadow. We don't want this. So we're going to quest for 4. Daughter of Nimrodel isn't exhausted at the moment. For 4. Five, 7 against a combined threat of, oh god, Okay, the daughter of Nimrodel dies. Everybody else takes 1 wound. The Silverlord Archer dies. The Guard of the Citadel, together with, so basically Aragorn defends. Oh, actually the Guard of the Citadel defends for 3, so he dies. And Aragorn does 2 wounds. This is actually going really badly. So now we bring this up to 6, so we're at 19. This is not going too well. We draw a card, and it's draw a card. Draw cards for 5. Yeah, we're gonna bring in a Snowborn Scout. And we're going to get 3 cards from Lorien's Wealth. All cards we can't play. Okay, so we're going to look at the top card of the deck, and it's Athelas, which is good. So we are going to quest with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against Athelas, which is guarded, and Forest, so we basically raise the threat by 1. The Dol Guldur Orcs attack and Aragorn defends. If this attack is undefended, no it's not, so he takes 1 wound. We go up the threat by 1. And we draw a card, and again a card that we can't use. And as you can see, the problem is this is a Trisphere deck, and we have lost one of the main contributors, which is Eowyn. Now the problem is that also, usually Aragorn can contribute, because we have the Stone of Celebrian, which would give him the Spirit Sphere, and the problem is we haven't really received it yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Radagast. And yeah, we have no cards that we can play. This is unfortunate. And also, yeah, Williador is essentially dead, actually. He took 21 wounds, there is nothing we can do. So we lost this game, but I hope it gives you a little bit of an impression as to what this game is about. And the thing is that it is a really, really interesting game. I like this scenario quite a lot. I've played it a couple of times. So far only on the, I don't know why I even have this card in here, it's absolutely useless. On Lackey, with a deck of 47 cards. So that actually is a really neat deck. You know, it's not that big, so you actually cycle through the cards really quickly. The problem really is if you don't get the Steward of Gondor early enough, because then you will simply run into the issue that you won't be able to get enough resources quickly enough. And of course it also helps, you can do it without the Celebrian Stone. I have managed to play it without the Celebrian Stone, but like I said, the Celebrian Stone also helps because it then attaches the Sphere of Spirit to Aragorn, which means he can also play spirit cards, which is quite essential, as you saw, if Eowyn dies. Now, I've never had Eowyn die before, so yeah, that was a first. But I hope you got a little bit of an impression of this quest. I know other people have played it and didn't like it as much, because they said it was kind of pointless and it's basically scrying the deck and stuff. I really like it. I like the idea of accompanying a wounded animal to Radagast and seeing it healed there. And to me, it's a nice quest that I really enjoy. Okay, so talk to you soon.